Different types of tribes. And these tribes won't be united until many, many years later. But one thing that they all had the same was they spoke a German language. Now, they were conquered by the Roman Empire. They were also conquered by Napoleon the Great and the tribes themselves. But after the tribes had their own war, one of the big ones called Persia and Austria, which is the country itself now, fought for dominance over the smaller tribes. But they found that they could not do this, so a young man named Otto von Bismarck decided to unite Germany, leaving the two bigger tribes out of when they united. So, another historical fact was about the Nazis. After World War I, Germany decided to become a republic government, which led to Hitler, who actually became a challenger in about 1933. And he thought that the Jewish people were the problems of Germany. They never succeeded. They didn't do very well in what they did. So he decided to get people to back him up so he could decide to destroy the Jewish nation, which actually never happened because the United States decided to come in and support the Jews for that, so he never went through with that. This tragedy is what Germany is famous for. A lot of people know that they had killed about 6 million Jews in the 10 years that they had went through with this. Another great war after the Nazis was the Berlin Wall. There is still some parts of it still in Germany. This lasted from 1961 to 1969. It was also known as the Cold War because Germany at the time was divided and they were fighting against each other. I'm not exactly sure for what reason. But then it also divided families in Germany itself, and they found that they could not stand for their problems unless they unite. So that is what ununited Germany is about. Now I'm going to talk about the current united. They are now a federal republic, as I've said. Their chancellor or president would be Angela Merkel, and their capital today would be Berlin, which is another story to tell. And we are going to and the population of 86.4 million people. They squished them all at about the size of Montana. That is a pretty small state. They once had a second flag. As you can see, we have our Germany flag with the yellow, red, and black colors. But then when the Nazis decided to take power, they had their own flag with their symbol on it to show that they were the Nazis. So another current thing is we have historical landmarks. Over here we have tons and tons of castles. One castle was made before they had a federal republic. One of the kings was so inspired by the Sleeping Beauty story that he decided to spend millions of dollars just to make his own castle. There's also a few different gates inside the German land. And one of the biggest one of the most biggest Catholic church is actually inside of Germany. And we also still have the Berlin Wall, bits and pieces of it after it was destroyed. And another current thing I'm going to talk about is the average German. Now, a lot of us have to work 8 hours a day, but we don't get paid for lunch that's paid for us. They're very hardworking. Their work ethics, they work fast, and they don't mess around when they do their job. They make sure they do it correctly and they get it done. They are very community-centered, like how we are at 4-H. We are very community-centered from Renee. And they make about 2,600 euros, which is almost about $1 here in America, a month. And they have the least personal amount of debit than any other nation in the whole entire world. They get 6 weeks paid vacation, which is pretty nice to have when you're working a lot. And 2/3 of all women are stay-at-home moms, and they are proud to be stay-at-home moms. But Germans have only 1.4 children per family, and they work 8 hours with 1 hour paid lunch. So I thank you for listening to my presentation. I talked about the history, the Nazis, and the current times of Germany today.
Thank you, August. That was very nice. And I know that we have an exchange student from Ukraine, Vlad, who would like to speak with us as well.
Hey everybody, my name is Vlad. I'm from Ukraine. I'm living with the Pillar's family. This is my host mom, host dad, beautiful host brother. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about my native country, the country where I was born, and let's know some facts about it. Ukraine. This is a country in the Eastern Europe. It's the biggest country in the Europe by population. Oh, excuse me, by area. It's third country by population. It loses to Germany and France. Our area is 233,000 square feet. Square miles. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Of population, it's 44 million people. So comparing even with Germany, we have big territory, but not so many people living here. So our cities, it's not so like skyscrapers, but it's still very urban. The biggest city has 2.7 million. It's the capital named Kiev. It's 2.7 million of people. And my city is the second biggest city. It's 1.4 million people living in this city. And it's called the educational capital because we have 86 high graduate universities inside the city. Official language that we speak in is Ukrainian. People also know Russian and Polish, depending on, in East they know more Russian, west they know more Poland. It's based on history. Because of history, East side was more under Russian control for a very long time, and west side was under the Polish control. We had a very divided for a long, long period of time, and we was united only it was in 1991, so 25 years old. And official currency is Ukrainian hryvnia, which is for today, it's $1. It's 25 Ukrainian hryvnias. We have a big inflation now, so money is falling down very fast. And so I'm talking only for today. I do not know what's going to be tomorrow. So for now it's 25 hryvnias for $1 United States. It's very interesting. We're not under euros, we're not under rubles, on any other money. We have our own as a language also. One of the big map landscapes, it's a river called Dnipro. You can come after to see it. By the way, this is this river. It's a huge river. It's going through the whole. It's called based in Ukraine because most of the river is going through Ukraine and going to the Black Sea down in the south. Its all total length is 1,368 miles of the river. So it's a pretty big river. It's the second biggest river in Europe. Yeah. So how I already said, became independent in 1991. It's interesting, another interesting fact that my city is 369 years old and the country is 25. Small difference, yeah? So, I want to show you some of the photos that we have here. It can show you how city look like, how the main landscapes, the main landmarks, probably some of the how day by day after day life, which is interesting. We started from the different images from the cathedrals. It's how look, it's common church how look. It's a big cathedral. Our government pay a lot of money to keep them going. How they were built 300-400 years ago. They put in a lot of money just to make sure that they're working and they look like how they were looking before. So we keep our history. One of the biggest points that our government try to support is history is our future. If you do not keep history, you will never have a future. So they try to keep history. This is the first country building in the whole Soviet Union, a main total country and steel. It went through the whole World War II. My city was captured in World War II, almost from the beginning. And the thing is, this building, whole entire city around was destroyed, the building was standing how it was built. This is how look at theater. Everything is very used with architectural. This is the opera theater, one of the biggest theater in Ukraine, second if I remember. This is the, how they call it, it's a symbol of my city called the mirror stream. The interesting thing, when you stand just in front and there is no wind at all, you can see a mirror from the fountain that's falling down. Looks pretty impressive. This is a railway station. So they still keep it very architectural, just because it's very old. They put a lot of money to reconstruct stuff. This is the main square in my city, second biggest square in the world, and first biggest square in Europe. And it's the downtown looking from the top, so you can see there's a lot of green areas. So we build in a lot of parks just because of to keep cities green. It's very important. They like to make different funny monuments, like kissing two people. Yeah. This is this square with the big Ukrainian flag, which is like yellow and blue. People just made a peaceful demonstration with patriotic direction. It's okay. It's very useful. Like it's usually people make this type of thing to just to show that to unite each other, to remember some history. This is old airport. They have new rebuilt it 3 years ago. This is how old. This is the subway station. Every single subway station is totally different, and they ask different architects to build it. And some of them pretty old. They going from the Soviet Union, and they still working and working very well. This one was built in the Soviet Union. This one was built in the Soviet Union. But there is something very new. They built one 2 years ago, and they finished one this year. So they keep going and keep going. This is the main park. They just rebuilt it. So this is the view from the like kind of panorama. This is the main square of the park. Some roller coasters. They invited guys from the United States to make roller coasters. Everybody knows that United States roller coasters are the best. So they specially invite them to make soccer. This is the main game. Everybody plays soccer since 5 years old. Guys, girls, not matter. This is the biggest stadiums in Ukraine, and some of them is pretty impressive in the whole world. So they look like your football field, yeah. And just this is our Ukrainian national team. You know, see how many support. Soccer unites people. When we have a national competition, soccer is something that so unites people. This is two Ukrainian brothers. They're boxers. They have a belt from all belts in their weight, like entirely all belts around the world. Yeah, this is some Ukrainian food. I know this is probably dinner time, second dinner time. I was not need to put it. Sorry about that. This is how it looks like. This is a Ferris wheel inside the park. So park was rebuilt about 2 years ago. So this is all pretty new. So more about soccer. Soccer team is very big honor to be inside. Everybody wants to be. This is a national, one of the musical instruments that is associated with Ukraine very well. This is another picture of the airport. This is the old one. This is part of the new one. This is a national Ukrainian poet. It was like a symbol. He is very patriotic. His stuff was so patriotic about. This is the new airport, by the way, how it looks like. This is the new rail subway station that was built 3 years ago that I told you about. This is the main square of the Kiev, of the capital. It's called the Square of Independence. This is Yalta conference, Big Three conference in Yalta. This is exactly where it was. This is a national Ukrainian musical instrument called bandura. And the guy, this is a national costume, how it looks like. There is some pictures, some more pictures about stadium. This is the Dnipro river that I was talking to you. This is the main river. This is the Kiev panorama. This is one of the most famous landmarks from all around the world. It's famous just because it's the Crimea and it looks very good. It's a castle built on the rock from the solid, and it looks pretty impressive. This is a very interesting picture. This is my city square, and this is a Queen band concert, like band Queen, with Elton John as the main singer. It was about 6-7 years ago. So it was so full, they closed entire downtown from the cars, and people were in the 2 streets that go near with downtown. People were standing all the way around because everybody liked old American rock. People like who was born in the 1970s, like my father, 1971, so likes Queen, he just loved. So this is the Ukrainian flag. The bottom one, it's like a bread field, like with the culture of bread, and the top one is sky. This is symbol. This is where it's located. So this is located in Europe and stays near these countries. It's the same thing. So when I say somebody says it's the west of the Russia, yes, it's right. This is our president. Somebody called him chocolate guy because he owns the international chocolate company. Pretty big. This is a different Ukrainian money. This is another cathedral. It's working church. You can go in this and do, but it looks pretty big. It's another view of the river. This Dnipro river and some. This is a statue that I want to tell you, because this statue, you will see now the bigger picture. It's something like you have a statue, Liberty, yeah, a Statue of Liberty in New York City. This it's called Mother statue. It's symbolized like unity, symbolized like peace from war, symbolized like achievement. It's how it looks like. It's a big woman with a sword and shield. It's another very big, like a cathedral. This is a guy who, according to legend, found the main syndicate. So how it was started from this. So it's something, yeah, that I wanted to show you. I always like to share. I always like to. I learned so much. Thank you to Sandy, to David, to all their family. They showed me so much about the United States. And it's why I always want to give something back to share with people. I waited for this for 2 months. It was moved about 2 months ago, but it's good. It gave more time to prepare, more time to give more information. So, and if you will be interested anytime about hosting some exchange students, persons who can talk, who can explain, who can show you something different, something in another part of the world. This is the woman that you need to meet.
Thank you. Okay, goodbye. Wrap it up. Fiona, you didn't want to talk, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fran. It's fine if you don't.
We have a group from the Dalton gang that put together